slick. You on nonsense. Die the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, they make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 crippin'. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 29, Tua. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. His throw incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They run with a 2nd-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
One of the good things offenses did years ago was they lettered their gaps the same on each side. A gap between guard and center on either side. That's what you want to control when you're trying to run the ball up the middle.
And why is that?
Because typically you either have a big nose guard in there in an odd front, three-man front, or you have defensive tackles that might line up in the A-gaps trying to gain an advantage and get upfield themselves. If you can control that, it gives the back plenty of space to pick and choose where to go. And
there, a great inside run, broke the contact and got some space. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He finds Corey Davis. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Jets at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A very solid gain of 27. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Zach Wilson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Okay, ready? The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Let's go. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And you can't do it all on one throw.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
First play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, here's Hall. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points. So that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they got back to where they want to be, he'll try it out there for the next one.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's the option play now to the left. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in dis...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Bradley Chubb from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And he gets it down to the 32. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Wilson. On the move to his left. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Touchdown, Jets! Garrett Wilson from 17 yards out. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Touchdown! Elijah Moore from 19 yards away. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. To throw again on second down. Tua. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Pulls it in at the 13. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
One thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Down to about the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And this one's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Christian Wilkins coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 48 yards. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Pulls it in at the 13. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run the option left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
They'll give to Hall. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here's Hall again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now it's Wilson.
That pass complete to Moore. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Elijah Moore really started to come on in the 2021 season as a rookie out of Ole Miss. Saw 8 or more targets in 4 of his last 5 games and ended up leading the team in yardage. Expect to see a lot more first downs like we just saw there in this young man's future.
Now Wilson on first down.
That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York.
Corey Davis, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. Wilson. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
And Wilson going to keep it again.
And room there to work it inside the 25. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Jets on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game.
Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he's got room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 19-yard line. 154 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come. And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's a toss play right to Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll run the draw with Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ball again on 2nd down.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
174 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A give running right is Hall.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.